I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, by which I mean I watch a lot of old Norm Macdonald videos, but sometimes I like other comedians too. One thing that's annoying about stand-up comedy is when they make political jokes, it's usually against the right.
I'm not saying men are toilets, but...
Which is fine. There are plenty of funny observations to make about conservatives and Republicans and everything, but it's so tedious, and it's always attacking the right. My whole life, it's just all these George Bush jokes and all these really lazy, stupid jokes. So anyway, sometimes comedians attack the left. Like these guys, who I have not yet seen, allegedly attacking Joe Biden.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Producers, take it away.
We live in a really interesting time. We're living in Joe Biden's America. Yeah. Joe Biden's my favorite president to hear speak. Why? Because I like riddles. Every time he's on TV, it's like a new ad lib. You know, he's like, folks, when I was a little boy, America was a small town. I broke my elbow, folks. Broken elbow, ages 4 to 9. Go to the doctor was also the mayor, folks. The doctor didn't pay him in money. You give him garlic bread. You give him a whole bushel of garlic bread, folks. Dr. Mayor garlic bread. You say, what? That's the president.
That was a good Biden impression, because it was a true impression. It wasn't an impersonation. It was just an impression from a certain. And the thing he got about Biden was the and with the folks too. And so everyone who does an impression usually starts out by doing an impression of someone else doing an impression, especially young comedians. So his impression was clearly influenced by Dana Carvey's impression of Biden, which is pretty good too.
My father, lost his job. No kidding, not joking around.
But Dana Carvey's version is it's less on that ejaculation emphasis. It's more, hey, come on, hey, folks, hey, come on. And so that young guy took that, and then he added that new dimension. It was pretty good. A good bit. I like that. Made me laugh. Next one.
You notice that Biden's got a little feistier lately? Because when he first came out, he was like a soothing grandpa offering you butterscotch from his coin purse. Right? But Biden came out as a really sleepy, sweet grandpa. And he was like, he's always repeating this story, Yeah, I went to Scranton. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. My dad lost his job. No joke. I'm not kidding around here. No human being in the world thinks that's a joke. Then he would do the number thing. Number 1, the one part. Number 2, what the guy said. Number 3, you know the drill. Come on. No, we don't. Now what he does is he kind of whispers and then he yells. He's like, we know how to get natural gas. Because we can get it. We know how to get it. That's what we do. We take the people that buy the public, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wow. That was, I would say, providential or just arranged that way by the producers, because Dana Carvey's impression, the initial impression he did, was what he says was the initial rhetorical strategy of Joe Biden. And it has changed over time, and it has gotten angrier, and it has, the crescendos have become more sudden. And of course, an amazing, perhaps peerless impressionist like Dana Carvey.
Yes.
Understood that before the rest of us did.
I turned on the news and I saw Kamala Harris was in Jakarta. And she was in an interview with a journalist. And during the interview, the journalist asked her if she would be ready, willing, and able to take up the office of president if Biden was, for whatever reason, incapacitated. And she said, yes, and it was just too quick. That's way too fast. And don't get me wrong, that's literally her job. Her job to be there in case he not there, she there, right? That's her whole job. But she said yes, like she been dropping banana peels at the White House for years. That's way too fast. And so then she started backtracking, which just made it sound worse. She was like, I'm just answering your hypothetical. Like, you the one over here asking a question about Biden stronger than ever. I love Hunter. I really do. Because I'm just so glad that the first person to smoke crack in the White House was white. That's beautiful. That is absolutely incredible. Especially if you know the history of crack in the U.S. You're like, wow, yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bit. The first part was kind of weak to me because it's just a joke about how the vice presidents want the president to die, which is not specific enough because it's true of any presidency.
He's not good!
They just want to be president. So, it was a little weak in general. And then I liked it, though, when he said, it's not just that she said it too fast, it's that she said it too fast and then backtracked and then kind of wondered, well, I don't know, I'm just answering the hypothetical. That got a little bit better. And then the specificity of, I'm glad the first guy to smoke crack at the White House is Hunter. That's funnier. And then you're digging a little bit more. Okay, he's a young guy. He's got potential. When you want to protect your data, you've got to go to expressvpn.com/MichaelYT. As you know, there are a lot of people who want to look at what you are doing online. The government, the ISPs, the big tech companies, they all are digging into your stuff, and so you should use the #1 rated VPN on the market, ExpressVPN. Head on over there right now. We've got all sorts of great deals and promos if you are a listener and a viewer of this show. Do not wait. You got to go immediately over to ExpressVPN/Michael, letter Y, letter T. That is expressvpn.com/MichaelYT today.
Folks, the American people are the strongest pumpkins in the world. Look, talking about the people of Pittsburgh, California, Pennsylvania, man. You got the iron fist, long, sexy legs. You work with the hair on your backs, man. Look, that's what it's all about. It's the American spirit. Like Casper, the friendly ghoul. Folks, I understand. I'm an American born and bred and raised, man. I was born in Roanoke Colony, 1601, Virginia. Look, we didn't know how to hunt. We had feather pens. They were 3 feet long. We would write letters to each other and wear dresses. But that's okay, folks. 1609 came. We ate each other. But we learned. Maybe sure a couple Indians died. But we made a mistake. That's America.
This is a really good one because it's mostly about the cadence, which he has pretty well.
I was going to foot him.
The diction is good too. The moving from one topic to another in ways that are not totally connected at all. But it's a physical impression because he gets it around the eyes, really from cheekbones up. He gets a little bit of that Joe Biden thing. He gets that, and the folks. I didn't realize how much the folks really matters. Come on, hey, yeah, they're good.
He's the president of the United States. Like, he's a symbol of our power, of our strength. Our enemies are watching. Can't be falling off bikes on camera. Not on camera. You do that on your own time. If I was a terrorist, I would have been like, attack! Get these. They're vulnerable. Hit the button. Send it. They not ready. He can't cross the street.
Yeah, sure. I agree with the point. It's true. Got one more layers though, or kind of subversions of expectations. It's good. I'm not knocking him. I'm glad he's making a joke about how Biden's a jerk, but more twists and turns there.
Speaking of Alzheimer's, Joe Biden was... I'm not even going to get political here. It's just crazy to me that we have a president that's definitely going to die on camera. It's definitely going to happen. And it's not even going to be like an assassination. He's just going to... I know when it's going to happen. I know when. It's going to be during his 12th booster shot. They're going to jab his arm, his eyes are going to pop out.
It's great. The best part about that bit, I like the subversion of expectations where he says, I'm not even going to get political, but this man is definitely going to die on camera. So he gets extremely offensive. And this also might be the first funny example of prop comedy I've ever seen. Prop comedy might be the lowest form of comedy whatsoever.
Is a seatbelt for rednecks.
But with this guy, you don't know that he's about to do prop comedy because the only thing in his hand is the microphone, which every comedian has. But then he says, yeah, like he's going to get his 12th booster shot and his eye's going to pop out. And you say, wait, why would getting a booster shot pop your eye out? Oh, because that's just the only thing he can express with the prop he's got. And it pops out and he's holding it by the cord. And it's just very funny. It just actually works. So good. It was good. I like, still the way I watch comedy is I look up old Norm Macdonald videos, but some of those were enjoyable. See you next time.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.